I've decided to take this video because many people want to become academic writers, and meeting somebody and explaining to them really takes a lot of time. So if I make a video, this is going far and beyond to help people to be able to become academic writers. Anyway, I have placed various steps on how one can become an academic writer, and these are the steps. They are just for made it easy for anybody who wants to start academic writing. Number one, academic writing is all about handling assignments for guys abroad, and the first thing you need to know is to understand the order instructions. Say you can take like 30 minutes to understand the instruction, even 1 hour. Assuming you are writing a 30-page paper, you have to take like even 4 hours to understand the instructions and to plan your work. You need to decide paragraph 1 to paragraph, let's say 20, is going to contain this. You have to divide the number of words. Let's say one page is 275 words. Assuming you are doing like say 10 pages, that is 2,750 words. You have to determine this paragraph is going to contain this idea in that manner. Number two is where to source information. We have Z library, just Z library, as Caucasian will have it. We have Google Books, we have websites, and we have Google Scholar. And I will later go into details of this, showing you step by step how we do it on the laptop. And another thing is paper formatting. We have 4 styles of formatting which are prominent and which we use more often, and that is MLA, APA, Harvard, and Chicago. But in this video, I want to teach us how to do APA and MLA, because with APA and MLA, it is the most common. 80% of the papers we do, they are either APA or MLA. So I'll do APA and MLA. For Chicago, perhaps we may make another video, or one can read for themselves. So the fourth part that I will go through is referencing. It is important to reference as you source information, or you could just note down, because you have to do something like in-text citation and all that. So I think that is enough. Now I want to show you practically on how we handle it. Thank you. Now, on this session, how to become an academic writer. Now, as we said earlier on, the first step is to understand order instructions, or the requirements of a paper. Now, what do we do? When you're given a paper like this one, the most important thing to note is the paper is 3 pages, and B, 1 page is 275 words. 275 multiplied by 3 is 825 words. Another important thing to look at is the deadline. And the deadline for this paper is 17 hours. The topic is history of food. And another most important part is number of sources. Now we have 3 sources. Now, as I said earlier, you should take at least 30 minutes to understand instructions of a paper, so that you don't make mistake when you're writing the paper, okay? Now, this is it. Now I want you to go through the instructions and understand them. Now, I just hope that you've understood the instructions. I know that is not 30 minutes, but you have to take time with them. For the purpose of this video, I have come up with 5 bullets concerning what to write about this. We are writing about country Philippines. Now the first part, my first bullet is introduction. The second bullet is what would you want somebody to view in 48 hours. Section 3, the most relevant place to see and why. Section 4, what food would be essential and why. And the bullet 5 is what experience would be most beneficial for somebody to understand the culture. Now, NB, I have 5 bullets. So I have 5 major points that I will have to discuss, and one of them is the introduction. But NB, I have 825 words. Now, if I want to write a paper, I have to prepare in advance. Now, divide 825 words divided by the 5 bullet points. You get 165 words. So every point should be explained in 165 words. Now, let's see what one of our writers wrote. This is the introduction. Now, the writer wrote 275 words, 278 words for introduction. Now, that is almost double what we would expect the writer to write. Now, this writer must have not prepared in advance. Now, you need to prepare even the number of words you need to write. Now, the next point the writer wrote was about Manila, the capital city of Philippines. Now, let's see the number of words the writer wrote. Now, the writer wrote 142 words, that is relatively okay. The writer also talked about Corregidor Island. Now, let's see the number of words the writer wrote. Now, the writer wrote only 74 words. This is unproportional. I believe there is so much information that could have been added here, but most of the information was consumed by the introduction. The writer made the introduction so big that, and perhaps realized later, and that's why they are trying to reduce the number of words. Now, they also talked about food, which is one of our bullets. Let's see the number of words the writer wrote. The writer wrote 189 words. That was too much. The writer could have written something, say 150 words, but it's still okay. Now, the writer also talked about culture, or what one will do to understand culture. And now, you know, the writer wrote 161 words. That was okay, but this one was not okay, because something was omitted here. And this was not, the introduction was not okay. So, the first thing you do is to plan. So, you must first make the bullets, then divide the number of words by the number of bullets. Now you're able to know that each bullet or each major point, how much words is required to complete it. Now, that is the first part of understanding the instructions and preparing for your work. The next point is going to be about source information. Now, I'll take you through the source information. Number 1, I will go to one of the websites here. Number 1, where do you get your information? Now, normally, I will give a shortcut of how I would have done the paper. I will have just Googled what is important in Philippines. I mean, I will have Googled from websites. Let's say, talk about, this is a shortcut. I will have said most let's say most relevant place in Philippines. I don't know how to write this word, Philippines. Now, top 23 must visit historical places in the Philippines. Now they are listed here. Now you just come and click. Top 23, now they are indicated here. There are so many places shown number. So there are so many places indicated, as you can see. Now, once you've used the website to get your information, but remember, do not copy. What you need to do is to understand. You write in your own words. In other words, you paraphrase. By paraphrase, I'm not talking about using synonyms. You read, you understand, you integrate the information in your mind, then you write what you've understood. Now, after that, now this is for a beginner writer. After that, after you've written from a website, now citing a website is not one of the best things, because when you cite a website, it appears as if you never read the paper or the book, because some of the websites do not contain right information. Now what do you do? After you use a website, because it's easy to get information from a website, anything that you want, now then you proceed to what we call Google Scholar. Now you just finished writing your paper, and your information you obtained it from our website, Google Scholar. You now go to Google Scholar. When you go to Google Scholar, now what do? You come here. You can take, let's say, you come to this website. You can take this title here. You copy. You come here. You paste it on Google Scholar. Then you search. Now, as you can see, we have Manila to Malaysia. I mean, this is a PDF. Always, when you are obtaining a source from Google Scholar, always take the PDF. You can take the first one, the second one, not the third one, because we do not have the book. But for a PDF, you can easily download the PDF. If you click on it, you can always download it. The food was the last thing the person covered. The person talked about the bay, but if you notice, they never talked about it. They made it short. They talked about the island. They made it very short, but I could have made it bigger, because you want to talk more about what you benefit from the island. Now they talked about the food. Now I think the person has met the instructions. Now I want to go to the next phase, which is now the references. They say the resources are required, and I will come after a short break to continue. This network is slow like molasses in January. Anyway, let me ignore that first. Let me just go to citations. Now, for example, you have these. You have these. Now you come to this place. This is where you obtain sources. Now, but always, I repeat, always take a source that has a PDF, because a client may demand that you provide them with a book or a PDF that you used. So what do? You just come, you click here. Now, when you click there, you're able to see MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, and Vancouver. Now, you can easily copy this, assuming you are writing using APA. Our paper requires us to use APA. Now you copy that one. You come to our paper. Now let me remove what the writer had written. Oh no, I need to cut this. Now, assuming the writer used the website that we just saw, now you come and write. You now from here, now you control Shift Enter. It is a command to tell the cursor or the information that is going to be written here to remain there, so that when you say you shift this side, this one will not have to move, the reference page will not move, so you have to do that. So you say reference. For APA we say reference, then you just paste. You remember we copied this one from Google Scholar. Where are you? Yeah, so we copied our source. This is our source. We did this, came here, we copied that, we paste it here. Now when you are pasting, you must say merge formatting, because you want it to be in Times New Roman. All your information must be in Times New Roman. Font 12 must be double spaced, that way. Now you come here at the end, you say enter, then you press tab, then because it has just come here, then you come here again, you say enter, then you press tab. Now that's how you present your sources. Now let me take one more source from this. Now we come and take another APA. Now this is the reference page. The reference page must be arranged in what? Alphabetical order. Now this is our source here, starts with M. Now what comes before M? Is it T or is it M? After? M comes after. Comes before. Let's say M comes before. So you say merge formatting, like that. This one has gone too far, has to be there. Now you come here, you repeat the same thing, you press enter, you press tab, you press enter and tab, that way. Now so we have M, then T, so they are arranged alphabetically. Let's say if we had a source that had A, we will come and place it there. Now having put the references, we have this one and this one, but I remember they had talked about 3. Now I have to add another one. So this one has a PDF, we've taken that. Let's take another one with a PDF. Oh no, some of them don't have a PDF. In this case, what do? Let's just take any book. You can take a book, let's assume that it's in the Google Scholar. Now we take the book, now we take the APA. Now NB, this reference starts with an N, so we have N, M comes after N, so it's after. So you see, MN. Now we place it here. We say merge formatting. Say that. Now then we go here. We say enter. We press a tab, and we are good. Now, so we have our 3 references. Now the next thing we need to do is to do something we call in-text citation, which is very important. This is very important for a paper, but now you have to put these inside here. How do you do that? The in-text citation. Now this is just a trick. Looking at these, now you need to look at the information that relates to that. For example, this is Manila to Malaysia. So Manila will have, which is the capital city of Philippines, we place it around here. Our in-text citation will come around here. Yes. Now this one talks about islands, the first source. Now it will come around here about where we talk about islands. So you need to relate the references with the source as you are putting the in-text citations. Now so from there we'll assume that this one talks about culture. Now we'll just use this one. The professor will not know. Now, so let me show you how to put an in-text citation in MLA formatting. Now you proceed to what we call Paju All. Paju All. Paju All. Now when you go to Paju All, you press enter. Now when you press enter, you press Paju All, enter. Now remember, we are doing APA formatting. So you just scroll down, you come to APA guide, you press APA. After going to APA, here you need to follow closely. Now they had said 7th edition. We've got our 7th edition here. So we press APA formatting and style guide. You press. Now then you go to the in-text citation. You click on it. Then afterwards, now you come here. This is the most important part. This is the most important. This is the most important part that every academic writer needs to know. This part here. Yeah, up to here. So they say a work done by 2 authors. You just press the author, then you press the year. Now there are many ways of doing that. For example, the first one, research by Wegner and Petty, in bracket 1994. But again, for us, we shall use this. But as you proceed to run academic writing, this is one of the best ways of doing in-text citations, because when you do this, you appear as if you read the book. I mean, it has more command as compared to this. But for a beginning writer, you can just use this. This is very simple. Now, so in our case, you come here. So this is the first name, and this is the year. So you just copy this, copy that way. You copy. You can paste it here. Then you remove these. We have a comma in between, and you press a bracket there. Now this is a complete in-text citation. So yeah, history of mutton fishing. Yeah, this now you can say this one. Let me remove the full stop. So this is I've prepared the first in-text citation. Let me prepare the other one. Just come here, place it there, you copy. Then you put a bracket, then you remove these. You remove these that way. You remain with that. This is the author's last name. Then you come to that one, you do the same thing. Copy. Now you place it that way. So these are our 3 in-text citations. So they are called in-text citations because you shall put them in the text. So you cut this one. Yeah, so this one, the first one was talking about islands. I come like here where we talk about islands. I have highlighted in yellow so that you can be able to relate. You can just, oh, they had already put another one here. Let me remove this one. Now you come, you press it like there. Now, oh no, what is that? That was an error. Let me go back. Oh, let me just place it here. Oh, what's happening? You see. Let me prepare another one. There is something wrong there. The formatting does not match. Just place it there. And then you must use this one that says keep text only, that way. Then you do it that way. You place it there. Now you can use the same. You can just come and place just somewhere in between. You can just place somewhere in between, that way. So you will have the professor think that you actually read the book, but in the real sense we know you never read the book. But again, the book contains the information about the same thing that we are talking about here. You can place it just inside here. Yeah, that option. Yeah, just that way. You can now take the other one. Cut. Now, every paragraph should have an in-text citation. Reason is you need to show the professor that whatever information you are putting, you actually researched, because you cannot get something out of your head unless it's your own opinion. You can press it somewhere like here. So it is important to make it and to make it appear as you did the right thing. The right thing is reading the book itself. You how to put an in-text citation for APA. Now I'll proceed to paper formatting. Paper formatting is pretty easy. Now the first page should be the cover page. Now you just press Control Shift Enter. You move to the next page. Now this is our title. Let me put it here. Now we have the title. You say author's name. Title, we have author's name. Then we have institutional affiliation. Then you center this, you copy, you select, you center it, then you move it down a little bit that way. Now this being our title, let me unmark it. It is, so let me put no color on it. Now this one, you make it, first of all you make it capital, in caps. Make it in caps, uppercase. After you make it uppercase, then copy. After you copy, you come on top of the page here, you double left click, then you come to here, page number, top page, then plain number 3, then you write running head, R in capital, the rest in smaller letters, running head, that way. Then you paste the title here. You paste using this keep text on, then you press the tab, number 1, number 2, you press the tab twice, then you do that way. Then you come to the second page, you unmark the different first page, then you come to page number, top page, then you come to there. Then now you don't write running head, you write just the heading name, then you press tab, 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 then you come back on top. You remind the first page that it was actually supposed to be different. You click on that, you mark. Now you have we have a title there, our title there, but the first page has the running head. Now that is APA complete paper. Now I want to go to MLA complete paper ASAP. Now I want to show you how to reference in MLA. Now in MLA you come to the last page,